The stars over Varelia's fourth moon shimmered like flecks of molten silver, casting their glow over the crystal sands below. To most, it was just another celestial body circling a forgotten gas giant. But for Arya of the Nvari, it was sacred ground, a place where her ancestors had whispered truths in the wind and woven memories into the rocks. And now, it was a place where she had betrayed them. She stood with her back to the obsidian cliffs, her violet skin almost indistinguishable from the indigo dusk, her twin hearts thudding a painful rhythm beneath her ceremonial robes. The air shimmered slightly, distorting the view, and then he appeared. Nathan Cole, the human diplomat turned fugitive, stepped through the shimmer of the cloaking veil she'd left open for him. "You came," he said, almost surprised. Arya couldn't speak for a moment. Her throat tightened as it always did when he arrived, when she saw those weathered brown eyes, the way he smiled like he was bracing for pain, the limp he never spoke about. "Course he'd come." "I shouldn't have," she whispered. "They warned me never to speak with humans." Nathan's face fell for a second, but then he stepped closer, just enough for her to catch the subtle scent of earthen spice that always clung to his skin. "But you did." Arya nodded. "But I did. 2 cycles earlier. When Arya was assigned to the diplomatic guard of the Celestial Accord, she had never seen a human in the flesh. They were legend and taboo all in one, creatures of fire and metal, with hearts like stone and eyes like sunlit storms. The council told her they were not to be trusted. Their history was littered with conquest, their minds too volatile for the sacred paths of the Nvari. And yet the Accord had signed a treaty, and so the humans came. Nathan Cole had been one of the first to walk the sacred halls of Varelia's Crystal Palace. A veteran of Earth's war with the Ravagers, now turned envoy. He was there to speak peace. Arya was assigned to observe him, guard him if necessary, and report anything suspicious. She'd expected a brash warmonger in a uniform, all bark and swagger. Instead, she found him sitting in the garden of whispering trees, touching the bark like it could teach him something. His eyes were sad, his smile quiet. He asked the Nvari with reverence about the echo stones, about their culture. He listened more than he spoke. Curiosity bloomed, then fascination, and then something else, something deeper, something terrifying. She should have reported her feelings the moment she noticed them, but she didn't. She met him in the gardens instead. Then again in the song vaults. And then eventually she let him see the Mirror Lake, a place forbidden to outsiders. She thought no one would notice. But the council always noticed. "Do you regret it?" Nathan asked quietly as they sat beneath the twin moons. Arya didn't answer right away. Her hands rested on her knees, fingers tracing ancient glyphs into the sand, symbols of guilt, of longing, of forbidden truths. "I regret that I wasn't stronger," she finally said. "I regret that I couldn't stay away from you." Nathan's smile was bitter. "Is that love, then? A weakness?" "No," Arya said firmly, turning to him. "It's the only strength I've ever known that didn't come from training or birthright." He looked away. "They exiled you because of me." "No," she corrected. "They exiled me because I lied. 'Cause I broke the code. Because I dared to follow what my heart told me, instead of what centuries of fear insisted upon." Nathan said nothing. The silence stretched, thick and heavy. Then Arya leaned in, pressing her forehead to his. "I loved you so much, Nathan," she whispered. "Still do. But they warned me that humans would only bring ruin, that your chaos would unmake everything we built." "Did I?" Her breath caught. "No," she said. "You made me see the stars differently. 3 cycles earlier. The first human Envari joint diplomatic event was held on the floating platform of Tyra's Halo, a neutral ground floating above the ion storms of the inner system. Tensions ran thick beneath the polished politeness. And it was there that Arya overheard the whispers. Not just discontent among her own kind, but plans. Dangerous plans. There were Envari who believed peace was a facade, a distraction to mask humanity's eventual betrayal. They plotted to sabotage the treaty, to frame humanity as aggressors again, justifying a preemptive strike. Arya, torn between duty and heart, warned Nathan in secret. He took it seriously. But exposing the plot meant exposing her. "I won't let you fall for my sake," he'd said. But she had insisted. "Then fall with me." The plot was foiled. The peace was preserved. And Arya was arrested. The council declared her actions treasonous. Not because she stopped a war, but because she consorted with the enemy to do it. She was cast out, stripped of rank, of voice, of name. Nathan tried to intervene. He begged, bargained. But diplomacy has limits. And love, especially forbidden love, had no place in politics. Arya stood from the sand and looked toward the horizon. "They'll come looking soon. I can't stay here long." Nathan rose as well. "Then come with me." Her breath hitched. "You know I can't." "Why not? You've already lost everything for me. What more can they take?" He turned away. "My soul. My ancestors. My place in the universe. Humans don't understand what that means. I understand losing everything. But you rebuilt. You humans always rebuild. Envari do not." He came closer slowly, gently, as if approaching a wild creature, not a woman he'd held through nights of silence and stars. "Then let's build something new. Not as human or Envari. Just as us." She laughed, soft and sad. "There is no us, Nathan. Not in their eyes. Not in the stars." "Then let's change the stars." She looked at him. Really looked. There was no deception in those eyes. No conquest. Only hope. 6 months later. The colony was unofficial. Built on an unclaimed moon between trade routes. Neither human nor Envari. Its small cluster of domes housed those who didn't belong anywhere else. Half-bloods, exiles, dreamers. Nathan and Arya lived in Dome 3. They farmed. Boat. And one evening, Arya sat beneath the starlight, holding a small crystal in her palm. Message stone. It pulsed with light, one of the few relics she'd kept. She pressed her forehead to it and whispered, "I was told never to speak with humans. That they would ruin me." She looked to the small cabin, where Nathan was teaching a child to fix a solar array. They were wrong. The stone pulsed in response. Slow, gentle rhythm. Like a heartbeat. Plug. Years passed. The accord faltered. War threatened again. But stories spread. About a place where humans and Envari lived in peace. About a woman who had defied her people for love. About a human who listened. Arya's name became legend. And someday when a new council formed, less fearful, more curious, they would ask, "What does peace look like?" And someone would point to that moon, to that dome, to that love, and say, "It looks like them."